morning children. This video is for 21st January. Angles made by a transversal with two lines. So two lines already given L and M and it is cut by transversal N. Now how many angles are formed in the diagram? 8 angles are formed. Now what type of angles it is? First one is exterior angles. Second is interior angles, corresponding angles, alternate interior angle, alternate exterior angles. These are the types of the angles formed by a transversal. Let us see one by one. See, the first one is exterior angle. Exterior angle is that angle which does not include the interior part. Let us see this diagram and mark this points, that is N cut this line at P. Here I'll mark P and this is Q, right? So the portion PQ is not coming in the exterior angle. That means the angles are angle 1, angle 2, angle 7, angle 8. That is above the line. It is outside the line only, 1 and 2 and 7 and 8. So that means this portion PQ is not included in the exterior angle. Whereas interior angles are angle 3, angle 4, angle 5, angle 6 only. That means the portion PQ is included there. So these are angle 1, 2, 7, 8 are called exterior, whereas 3, 4, 5, 6 are formed as a interior angle. It is formed between the lines 3, 4, 5, 6. But 1 and 2 and 7, 8 are outside the lines only. And the portion PQ is not included there. Now the next pair is corresponding angles. So what are the two names we learned now? Exterior and interior angle. Next is corresponding angles. When we are speaking about a corresponding angle, it's one arm that lies on the same side of the transversal. Transversal is this side is right side or left side. So one arm should be the one side of the transversal and other arms of both the angle directed in the same way. That type of angles are called corresponding angles. So let us see the pairs now. Angle 1 and 5 we are taking. Which are the angles we are taking? Angle 1 and angle 5. Angle 1 is formed by PL and PN, right? Angle 1 is formed by PL and I'll mark here P, A mark here B, okay, then C and D, okay, PA and PR. Yes, okay. PA and PR only angle 1. Similarly, angle 5 is formed by QC and QP. Just I'll explain with the one example. Angle 1 is formed by the ray PA and ray PR. Similarly, angle 5 we are taking, it is formed by QC and QP. Now, PA and QC, you take PA and QC, they are on the right side of the transversal. They are on the right side of the transversal and PR, the direction is upward direction, and QP, that is also along PR only. So they are, one arm is lies on the same side of the transversal and other arm is having the same direction. Or else what we can say, the angle 1 is formed above the line, above the first line and right side of the transversal. Similarly, angle 5 in the similar place, same place with respect to second line only. Angle 5 is formed above the second line and right side of the transversal. That means angle 5 lies on the same place of the angle 1, but the change is that 1 is with respect to the first line and 5 is with respect to the second line. Similarly, if you go for 4 and 8, angle 4 is below the first line, right, and right side of the transversal, but 8 also below the second line and right side, the same place but with respect to the second line. Similarly, if you understood this concept, you can say here that left side concept, angle 2 and angle 6 are corresponding angles only. How it is happens? Angle 2 is formed by PB, angle 6 is formed by QD, that is on the same left side. Now the second part of the arm is which one? PR and QP, means direction is upward. So the angle 2 is formed above the first line and the left side of the transversal. Similarly, angle 6 is formed with respect to second line, above second line and left side of the transversal. That means same place these lines are lying. So I think you understood the pairs now. Angle 1 if you are taking, angle 5 should be considered for the pair. Angle 4 we are taking, angle 8 should be considered. Angle 2 if you are taking, what is the pair with the 2? 6. And angle 3 means naturally it will be equal to angle 7. So the how many pairs of corresponding angles we are getting there? 4 pairs. Angle 1 and angle 5, angle 2 and angle 6, angle 3 and angle 7, angle 4 and angle 8. These are the corresponding angles formed when a transversal cut to 2 lines. Now what is the next concept? Alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles means, first of all, it should be interior. Means which are the interior angles? Angle 3, 4, 5, 6. Let us see the diagram now. First of all, it should be interior angles. Which are the interior angle? 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the word is alternate. That means it's not on the same side. So when we are considering 3, the alternate angle is 5. Next, when we are considering 4, the alternate angle is 6. So 3 and 5 and 4 and 6 are alternate interior angles. Now alternate interior angle means, now we can learn the another concept, that is alternate exterior angles. So when we are telling about angle 1, so this is on right side, left side exterior angle we should tell angle 7. Similarly, alternate exterior angle, one more pair is there, angle 2 and angle 8. So alternate exterior angle means we must know what are the exterior angles first. What are the exterior angles? Angle 1, 2, angle 7 and 8. Now the word is alternate. So 1 we are taking from the right side, angle 1, then angle 7 is the left side. Angle 2 we are taking from the left, then the angle 8 on the right side. So alternate exterior angle. I think you got the idea of alternate interior angles and alternate exterior angle. Once again, alternate interior angle means, first of all, we are considering interior angle 3, 4, 5, 6. Now it is alternate. So we are taking 3 and 5, 4 and 6. Similarly, exterior angle is which one? 1 and 7. Next 2 and 8. So these are called alternate interior and exterior angles. Now one more point we have to learn about, that interior angle on the same side of the transversal. So first of all, we must know what is interior angle. Which are they? 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the same side of the transversal, 4 and 5 are on the right side of the transversal, whereas 3 and 6 are on the left side of the transversal. So what are the same side of the transversal? If 3 taking means 6 should be the same side, then 4 means it should be another angle is angle 5. So these are called interior angles on the same side of the transversal. So which are the types of the angles we have learned here? First one is exterior angle, then interior angle, corresponding angles, next alternate interior angle, alternate exterior angles. The last one is interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Name the pair of angles in each figure. If you understood the names of the angles, then you can tell me with the numbers which we have marked based on that. In the first diagram, we have marked angle 1 and angle 2. Now we have to say that which pair it is. Angle 1 is above the line, right? And angle 2 is also above the line. Now side, you tell me, both are on the left side. Or else what we can say, where angle 1 lies, that is with respect to the first line, the same place angle 2 lines with respect to the second line. So which pair of angle 1 and 2? What is the name we can give for this pair? It is corresponding angle. Okay. Next question is 3 and 4. First of all, these are the two lines cut by this line, that is the transversal, and 3 and 4 are inside the line. It is inside the line. So naturally it is interior angles only. Now 3 is on this side, means 4 is on this side. So here what we can say, that 3 and 4 alternate interior angle. First of all, it is interior angle only. Next what we can say, it is alternate side. 1 is from above the line, 4 is from this side only. So what we can say, this pair's name, alternate interior angle. Try to tell the names by yourself, then you can know that where you have done the error. I hope you can try this 5 and 6. Just a second, you go through all of you this pair, which name we can give for angle 5 and angle 6. Okay, I think you got the idea. Angle 5 and 6 are interior angles only, right? Now angle 5 and 6 are formed on the same side or alternate side of the transversal. You think it is same side of the transversal. So we can write that interior angles on the same side of the transversal. See, one more name I can give you for this, that co-interior angles. Co-interior angles, meaning is same only, same side of the transversal, these interior angles are lies. So 5 and 6 are interior angles only. Why it is interior angle? If L and M are the lines cut by a transversal, 5 and 6 are formed between the lines only. So these are called interior angles, and moreover they are on the same side. And now we can go for this. So which are the line? Let me take this A and B are the lines and cut by a transversal C. Now think that 7 and 8, which pair it is, which type of angle it is. Angle 7 is formed below the line and the left side, this side of the transversal. Similarly, the same place only 8 lights. So 7 and 8 are the example for corresponding angles. Now what you can say about 9 and 10? If you don't know the names of this angle, first you think that where it lies. Just identify the lines. I'll identify this L and M and cut by transversal T only. So 9 and 10 are interior angles only. Now you should think that whether it is the same side or alternate side. It's alternate only. So what we should write? Alternate interior angles. Okay. Now what you can say about 11 and 12? Naturally the answer you children usually tell when we ask this question means they'll tell that adjacent angles. But based on the pair of angles when cut by a transversal means these two are for exterior angles. See, T again, L and M. So 11 and 12 are formed outside the line only. Then the common portion, that is interior portion, is not touched by it. So these are called exterior angles only. I hope you understood this concept very well. Once again, 1 and 2 are for corresponding angles. 3 and 4 for alternate interior angles. What is the next question? Interior angles on the same side of the transversal, or else what is the name we can give? Co-interior angles. Next, corresponding angles. alternate interior angles, and the last one is exterior angles. Next topic, angles made by a transversal cut by two parallel lines. Last time we have seen that any two lines we are getting this many angles. Now when the lines happen to be parallel, what is the properties followed by the angles? Already when a transversal cut two parallel lines, then a pair of corresponding angles are equal. Not only a pair, each pair of corresponding angles are equal. We should write each pair of corresponding angles are equal. Now identify the corresponding angles. Angle 1 means angle 5. Angle 2 means angle 6. Angle 4 and angle 8. And angle 3 and angle 7 only. So what is the meaning of this one? These pairs of corresponding angles are equal when two parallel lines cut by a transversal. So see the diagram, 1 and 5 I have already marked. So angle 1 is 40 degree means what you can say about angle 5? Angle 5 is also equal to 40 degree. Now this is a linear pair. Naturally it will be 140 only. 140 is angle 2. In place of angle 2 it is 140. That is above the line. So naturally this also angle 40 only. In place of number is what? 6. Right? Now I have marked that this is 3. Here also 3 means here 7 will come. 5, 6, 7. So it is 40 means vertically opposite angle. It is also 40 only. So what about angle 7? That is also equal to 40. Now here it is 140 again. So here also 140. So what we can say about that one? Angle 1 equal to angle 5. When two parallel lines cut by a transversal, corresponding angles are equal. Angle 2 equal to angle 6. Angle 3 equal to angle 7. And angle 4 equal to angle 8. I have not marked 4. This is 4 and 8. Right? So angle 1 is 60 if you think. What about angle 2? It is 120. Angle 1 is 60 I told. Angle 1 equal to 60. Then what you can say about angle 5? That is also 60. If angle 2 is equal to 120, what you can say about angle 6? That is also equal to 120. So what is the concept we learned here? When a transversal cuts two parallel lines, each pair of corresponding angles are equal. Now one more point I want to explain that when two parallel lines are cut, see, by a transversal. Let me take 2 and 6. Right? So 2 and 6 if I am using, these are one pair of corresponding angles. See this? It is almost similar to letter F. Similarly, angle 1 and 5 we are taking. So angle 1 and 5 we are taking. That also we can see this line first line, second line. Right? It is similar to F shapes. Once again, two parallel lines cut by a transversal. So which are the corresponding angles we are going to take? Angle 1 and 5. So first we will go for this line. First line, second line. What is the similar shape in the letter English letter? It is similar to F. So we always children should have the idea that when we are speaking about a corresponding angles, it is close to the letter F. Second point, if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, each pair of alternate interior angles are equal. We must know which are the alternate interior angles pair. That is, first of all, interior angle should be considered 3, 4, 5, 6. Now they are equal, which is alternate. So when we are taking 3, angle 3 equal to angle 5. Now what is the next one? angle 4 is equal to angle 6. That means angle 3 equal to 80, then angle 5 is also equal to 80. Angle 4 equal to 100, then angle 6 is also equal to 100. If the lines are parallel, alternate interior angles are equal. So what is the last name we learned? Corresponding angles are equal. Now what we learned the next point, next property is that the alternate interior angles are also equal when two parallel lines are cut by a transversal. See, I have marked here two alternate interior angles, which are the angle 3 and 5. So angle 3 is starting from this, right? Now here and completing 5 here. So I'll draw the second line. See, okay, here. Almost which letter similar to? It is Z form, right? It is almost similar to Z only. See, angle 3 and completing this line, right? And here 5. So it is almost to Z letter. So I told the hint about a corresponding angles, that is F, and here the letter is Z. So another pair is which one? 4 and 6. Let us try that one. 4 and 6. When the lines are parallel, that time only we should take this 4. I am starting from this. Okay, it is in a reverse way, but children should have the idea is like that. When alternate interior angles are using, it is almost close to the letter Z only. Now, what is the conditions when two parallel lines are considered? When two parallel lines are considered, each pair of corresponding angles are equal and each pair of alternate interior angles are equal. Now the last point. Two parallel lines are cut by a transversal. Each pair of interior angle on the same side of the transversal are supplementary. So which are they actually? Interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Angle 3 and angle 6. Here it is not equal. What is the statement says? Angle 3 and angle 6 are supplementary. Similarly, angle 4 and angle 5, if you are taking, that is also supplementary. So what is the concept here? Interior angles on the same side of the transversal. I gave one word for you, which is that one, co-interior angles. Remember this word. So co-interior angles are supplementary. So 3 and 6 are on the same side of the transversal. If we take the sum of these two, it will be equal to 180 degree. 4 and 5 are on the same side of the transversal. Again, if we take the sum of these two, then their sum is equal to 180 degree. That is the way they are telling. Angle 3 and 6, they are supplementary angles. Similarly, angle 4 and 5 are supplementary angles. So the three properties what we learned today mainly means when two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, each pair of corresponding angles are equal, each pair of alternate interior angles are equal, and co-interior angles are supplementary. Learn thoroughly this all three statements, problems based on this. With this today's class I am winding up. Thank you.